Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Q. You know who? Back with another video. Thank y'all for kicking it with your boy Q today, guys. So since it's a new year and all that, why not talk about the future, guys? And by that, I mean particularly the Ford Lighting. I think recently they released some prices. So let's talk about the F-150 Lighting, future truck, the future, like EV, all that stuff, man. Here we go. And so we will get into the prices, but they'll be later in the video. So let's talk about the first thing I noticed when I look at the F-150 Lighting, guys, is the looks. I love the looks. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I love the big LED light bar across the front. I love the LED tail lights, how it goes, look like it connects all the way through the back. I am personally a big techie, geeky person. So it looks like it's a futuristic truck. It looks like it belongs in the future and not current times. And they should, you know, it's EV and that's what it's for. But I like it. I love it. I love the entire look. I love the design of it. I honestly think they hit it kind of on the head with the design. They kind of kept the old F-150, you know, the body shape, the same kind of look, but made it a little more futuristic. So I think they did a good job carrying that classic F-150 look over to the EV model. And you look into the interior, it has digital dash, has the huge Tesla screen. So I'm not sure if that's going to be just your higher end models or what. Generally how that stuff goes, I would hope not, since we're going EV. Just put the Tesla screen in all the EV products, you know, the digital dash. But I'm pretty sure with Ford, there's going to be some trims where you may not have that, you know. It's funny though, I still don't get why they keep including that big old antenna on these trucks. I'm like, there has to be a way to get rid of the antenna on trucks. I just don't get it. Like, why they still have that big antenna on these trucks? Like, for real, bro, come on, Ford. Like, you can put a freaking, you can make a whole vehicle EV, electric, no motor, but you can't get rid of that antenna. I just don't get it. I'm looking at some cars right now. Look at that, no antenna. No antenna. They do have antennas. They're just on the back, like those little shark fin looking things, you know? I see a lot of cars there. I don't know why they continue to put these antennas on the top of these. I just don't know. Like, make it something cool, you know? Like, get rid of that thing, bro. Continue with the appearance. Of course, since it's EV, there is no motor. So to replace the motor, now they have a frunk, which is basically a trunk in the front. Front, trunk, front, whatever, however you want to tell me. It's a frunk. I honestly think this is huge because, as you know, I'm an F-150 owner. Unless you have a tonneau cover, there's not much storage in trucks, guys. Like, you really can't store much back here. I mean, there's space underneath the seats. You can get a little stuff back there, but not much. So with the front, it's going to allow you the opportunity to have a lot more storage. And I believe they saying it's compared to the size of a trunk of a Toyota Corolla, which is like, what, 14 cubic feet, I think is what they're saying. So not bad. You know, I think a lot of people will appreciate that. And I think the weight, it can hold up to 400 pounds in the trunk. So it's pretty good size. I definitely think that's a plus. Even though I have a motor, no sound, you get a frunk, we can store 400 pounds. So I guess that's a positive. You know, I think I like that personally. I do like that personally. I do like that now you have a little storage space besides having to have a tonneau cover to keep some stuff in your truck. And also, I love the way the trunk open. Like, it really takes the whole front of the grill, like you're popping the hood and it opens all the way up. I think it looks cool. I like the way they did that. So since the thing is EV, right? I had to look this up. I was curious if EV vehicles weigh more than your gas powered vehicles, right? And apparently they do, and quite a bit. A lot. It's a lot. One, I'm pretty sure the F-150 Lighting is going to get all-wheel drive system, which is heavier than your rear-wheel drive or front-wheel drive systems, right? So with that, this F-150 Lighting, guys, weighs 6,500 pounds. That's a lot of weight, bro. And that is 35% more than its gas-powered predecessors. So it's a heavy vehicle, bro. Even Biden said it when he drove the truck. He was like, man, this sucker's heavy. You know what I mean? It's Biden, I'm just saying. But like, for him, you know, he's an older guy, and for him to notice how heavy it is, it says a lot, you know. And that's due to, they have an immovable battery to power the truck, right? To power it, whatever. Is 1,800 pounds. That's how much the battery weighs, 1,800. And I don't even know if that's the extended range battery. We'll get into that with the standard range, but 1,800 pounds, it's a lot of freaking weight. So, but just to keep it in comparison for you all, the Tesla, I think like the Model 3, whatever, I don't know the Tesla's class trims or the trim levels, it weighs like more than, it's 1,000 pounds heavier than a Honda Civic. So, I guess EV vehicles are just heavier than your gas powered vehicles. The Hummer EV, guys, guess how much that thing weighs? I had to look this up. 9,056 pounds. The Hummer EV is almost 10,000 pounds. Now I'm pushing it because it's 9,056, so it's 1,000 pounds away from that. But dang, it's pretty dang close, bro. So EV vehicles tend to be heavy, and the Ford F150 is no exception to it. I'm curious how much my truck weighs now. 6-inch lift, 37/24s. I'm curious how much this weighs. I do want to weigh it one day just to see the comparison, because that's pretty dang heavy. You know, that's pretty heavy. Now, you probably wonder, even though it's heavy, don't mean it's slow. It's actually pretty dang fast. So it has 573 horsepower and 775 pound-feet of torque, right? Now, that is on the ER battery. ER is extended range. They do have an SR battery, which is standard range. So on there, your horsepower is about 426 and your torque numbers stay the same. 0 to 60, 4.4 seconds. That's what they're saying, 4.4 seconds, which is faster than the Raptor, guys. So even though it's heavier, it's faster than the Raptor. And I think top speed on it is 110 miles an hour. So even with all that weight, it's still fast. And that's just, you know, the instant torque of electric vehicles, that, you know, there's no turbo build, there's no supercharge, it's just instant, like boom, you want it, you got it, here it is. So just in comparison to some other vehicles, the Tesla truck, Tesla truck, I believe, does 0 to 60 in 4.4 seconds as well. But the Rivian, I think it's the Rivian, does it in reported 3 seconds flat. So that's pretty quick. You know, that's the thing, the electric vehicle, guys. I know we're gonna miss our V8s, and we're going to all electric. One day, there's gonna be electric vehicles everywhere, and cars of gas power are gonna be a thing in the past. I know we talk a lot of crap about them. I personally am a fan of all electric stuff. Like I said, I'm a techie, nerdy guy. I want to get my hands on a Tesla so bad and drive one and be in one. But they perform, guys. Now, we're going to get to some more performance stuff, but the speed and torque and all that, like how many videos you see a Tesla Model 3 or Plaid 3 or whatever beating Lamborghinis, Porsches, like GT500s, GT350s, Hellcats, like over and over and over and over again, electric vehicles beat these cars, like over and over and over. It's like no dispute. Now, I was watching a video with a Mach-E versus a GT500, and as you know, basically how it went down, the Mach-E would jump out, but the GT500 would run it down in the end. Only thing with that is, the guy driving the Mach-E said the Mach-E only allows you 5 seconds of full power, like full all power, before it starts doing its computer stuff and tailoring it back. So I don't know if the F-150 Lighting is gonna follow that trend. I would hope not, that you only get 5 seconds of full power. I don't know if he was in a certain mode. I don't know. I know they were racing on the drag strip, so to only allow 5 seconds of full power before the computer does whatever it does, conserve power. I don't know what it's doing. That to me would kind of bug me. I want my power all the time when I want it. Don't matter the EV system. Hopefully F-150 don't follow that trend, but the Mach-E did. So I just want to throw that out there. So a lot of y'all probably want to know about towing. Towing capacity for the Ford F-150 Lighting is 10,000 pounds, which is not bad. I think that's pretty decent for an EV vehicle. 10,000 pounds, and payload is 2,000 pounds. Now, in order to get the 10,000 pounds number that I just mentioned, you have to have the ER battery. Again, you can't, the SR battery, I'm not sure what the number is on the SR battery, how much you can tow, but on the ER battery, ER, extended range battery, torque capacity is 10,000 pounds, payload 2,000 pounds. So if you go buy the non-ER battery, you just expect that you probably won't be able to tow that much. You know, when these dealerships release these numbers, they always give us the highest end numbers for the highest level trim. You know, they don't give you the middle trim or the lower trim, like, hey, you know, that's stuff most people buy, but they always give you what's the best. So just know it might be less than the best. The cool thing about this, that the truck can power a house for 3 days and even up to 10 days if you ration out the power correctly. Now, that's funny because when that whole winter apocalypse hit Dallas a year ago, guys, a man did use his F-150. He didn't have the F-150 Lighting. He had the newer ones with the charging amp power station in the back thing. I forget the name of it. And he powered his house with his truck. So, you know, I do think that is pretty cool that you can use your truck to power something in a case of emergency. In this example, he powered his entire house. So you can do that as well with the F-150 Lighting. I do think that's a plus. But the fact that you can do it with the gas powered vehicles as well, you know, it kind of balances out. But it's cool that we're to the point now to where you can charge a whole house with a vehicle. Now, as far as what the truck is built out of, it's built on a high strength military grade aluminum alloy body and all new frame made of the strongest steel ever on an F-150 truck. That's what Ford is claiming. I'm not gonna question them. They were the first one to do the aluminum bodies. And so now apparently they're making this the strongest frame ever on the truck. kudos to you for it. Let's talk about some of the cons before we get into the price and stuff. For me, these are some of my cons. Instantly, guys, the first thing I do, I noticed when I read about the Ford F-150 Lighting is the range. The range is hella low. I'm talking about, they're saying what, 230 for your standard range and 300 for your extended range batteries, guys. That is hella low. In comparison, just to give y'all some numbers, the freaking Hummer EV gets about 329 on a single charge. Remember what I said earlier, that vehicle weighs 9,000, like 54, 56 pounds. It can get 329 miles. The F-150 Lighting can only get 230 on the standard range and 300 max on the extended range. That to me is a big, huge, like, you know, like, you know, when they show the truck, they're showing it on construction sites and people going camping with it and all that stuff. And I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, I haven't had an EV vehicle or electric vehicle. I'm like, but when you're at that construction site and you're using your tools and powering whatever, doesn't that take away the battery power of the truck? If you're camping, you leave that truck running, isn't it using voltage and using wattage, or it only uses when you drive? I don't know how the system works, but I'm like, you can't really say this if we want to go way off in the woods and they run out of power because they only got 230 range or 300 max and they're using it to charge stuff. If the charging stuff, if you're using it to like power a camping electric, and it doesn't burn your wattage, okay, cool. But if it does, like, that's just not a lot of range. I'm sorry. So that's where the biggest thing for me, they have to increase that. 300 is just not gonna cut it. I mean, it's the first rendition, so I get it, but that's probably my biggest con is that the range is hella low. And so I hope that's something they address in the future. But I did read an article where this guy tested one and he said Ford is definitely underplaying those numbers. He's saying when he tested it, I forgot who this guy was, but he was saying that it was more like 400 miles as opposed to the 300 on the extended range and 230 on the standard range. So we'll see. I guess when some real world testing get out there, people start buying these trucks, I guess we'll find out. So leading to that, I'm like, okay, if the range is only 230 to 300 max, when you tow the 10,000 pounds you're claiming, that's gonna change drastically, right? I'm pretty sure you're using more power to tow a heavier object, so you're gonna use voltage and kilowatts or whatever a lot faster. So if you're towing 10,000 pounds, let's say the 300 standard range, I mean extended range, but you're towing 10,000 pounds, I'm pretty sure that's gonna drop your range to probably like what, 150? You're towing a lot of weight, so it costs more energy to be used. So how much you can tow 10,000, but how long can you tow 10,000? You know, like there's that playoff, man. You know, EV, all that, cool, we want to the future, but man, your range is gonna decrease. I'm pretty sure a lot. I'm pretty sure your range is gonna decrease a lot if you're towing 10,000 pounds. You're not gonna get 300 miles. Probably gonna get like 100, 150. That's just my speculation, but I'm pretty sure that number changes when you're towing. But to project the range, apparently the truck uses these sensors at each corner called height sensors, and it basically estimates your payload and adjusts the range predictions accordingly. So, you know, it has the tech to adjust how far you can go with your payload or how much you're towing based on these sensors. So that's just something to be aware of. The tech is there to help you out. Now, let's get to the pricing of these vehicles. So I'm gonna have to read this off. They have 4 models. I'll try to put a screenshot right there. I'm not sure how clear it'll be, but they have a Pro model that starts at $39,974. This is the F-150 Lighting Pro. Is a must-have truck for serious work and recreation. So that's for your construction guys, I guess. That's your work truck, right? Moving on to the XLT. Starting price of the XLT is $52,974. The description here is charging to the future with additional comfort and amenities. It looks like there's an option for the standard range battery or the extended range battery with this one. So I guess that's plus. Moving on to the Lariat. Starting price is $67,474. And they have this one summarized as advanced technologies and comforts distinguish this classic nameplate. Standard range or extended range there as well. And finally, the Platinum, the Platty, starting at $90,874. Unmatched premium style and fully loaded, checks all the boxes inside and out. So I think the Platinum only comes with the extended range. I don't think it's available in the standard range. So looking at those prices, I had to kind of get online and start doing some comparison with the current rate of the trucks, and it's kind of hard because the trucks are inflated so high right now. So a 2021 XLT was about 55,000. And they're saying this one is 52,000. Now, electric vehicles have known to cost more upfront than your gas-powered vehicles, right? So I think the pricing, the 90,000 for the Platinum is a lot of freaking money. I don't know how much a normal Platinum costs. Y'all can come below and tell me, but that's a lot of money for a truck, bro. They only can get 300 miles. Just saying. So, and also with electric vehicles, I think they cost more upfront because the maintenance on it, right, is less. You don't have as many moving parts on electric vehicles. Like it's just less maintenance involved over time. And like, I'm curious though, like how are you gonna, like, is it just now like an iPhone? If you need something done, it's just an update over the air, like with Tesla, it's just an update over the air. I think that's pretty cool, to be honest with you. I'm very nerdy, like I said, and techie. I like that stuff. Anyway, this truck is in high demand, high demand. Ford originally was only gonna produce what? I think 20,000 of them. Then they boosted up to 80,000. Then they increased it from 140 to 150. Now they're saying they're gonna do 200,000 because the demand is so high. Everybody wants these trucks. Now, with that comes, of course, dealer markups. All the dealers, they know the demand. Only 200,000 available. They mark the price up. So people are saying these dealers are gonna start marking the price up on these trucks. 30K over sticker, guys, is what they're projecting. I read the other day that Ford did come out and say, hey, they're telling all dealerships and trying to get this into the contract, you cannot sell your vehicle within the first year ownership, to avoid these people buying these trucks and then just flipping them for 30K over, 40K over. They're trying to get the dealerships to put these in the sales agreement, apparently what I heard, to avoid stuff like these markups happening, you know, because markups, I mean, I ain't gonna say they kill it, but they really do kill it, and it's kill the value of the car. It's not worth, if it's 100,000, you're paying 150 for it, bro, it's not worth 150. It's, you know, it's just put a nasty taste in everybody's mouth, the dealer markups. Nobody likes that. But Ford is trying to counter that, and they're kind of expecting that. So we'll see what happens with that. I do have one more question too. With the whole EV thing, does Ford have their own kind of charging network throughout the entire country like Tesla does, or can you use any EV charging port? I'm curious about that. I'm always curious about how that worked. Me personally, I'm excited about it. I'm very, very excited about it. I like the truck. I like how they designed it. Like I said, I'm a very techie, geeky person, so that stuff really intrigues me, guys. Like, I really like it. If the price is right and fair, I definitely would like one. I definitely would own one, maybe in the future, not now, not tomorrow, not 2 or 3 years, but down the road, I definitely will own one. I think it's very, very cool, you know, that this whole EV thing is going out. Everybody's talking about EV now. You look on any article anywhere, it's EV, electric vehicles. That's the push. Like, nobody even talk about like gas-powered vehicles no more. Like, that was done when the GT500, the Hellcat, all that, man, that was the push. That was that time, and now it's everybody's going to electric. And you know, I think Hellcat's coming out with like a electric truck or electric Hellcat, like some crazy, like, I don't know. Anyway, but that's the future, man. Think about it. It's gonna be crazy. Like what? Probably like 25 years, 30 years from now, 40 years, probably when I'm dead and gone, that there will probably be no gas-powered vehicles on the road. And if you have one, you probably have to meet all these emission tests and rules and regulations. And I'm pretty sure like they're gonna just completely get rid of them. Like all that stuff you see in the movies where everything is electric powered, that's what we're gonna be. I'll probably be dead and gone. But to have probably a gas-powered vehicle, guys, in the world is probably gonna be looked up on as like, whoa, you know, like you have a rare collectible item to have a gas-powered car, you know, like a motor. Seriously. Oh, Chevy did just release their RST fully electric pickup truck. So comment below if you want me to do one on that one. I seen it. I seen the prices. I read it. It has more power, more torque than the Ford. Price was a little higher than the Ford, but it looks pretty good. I like some of the stuff they did. So comment below if you want me to do a video on that one. Yeah, that's all I got. It's your boy Q. I'll catch y'all next one. Peace.
Yeah.